For some folks, the decision to start a family can be the beginning of a long and difficult journey towards pregnancy. More than 7 million Americans struggle with fertility issues. A new documentary set to air on PBS chronicles the struggles of a handful of couples on that journey. Bridget Mueller is the writer and director of the film My Future Baby. She's here with fertility expert Dr. John Jane. And we have questions for both of you, and we want to talk about the film. But first, we're going to take a quick look at the trailer.
Great, thanks.
Being a mom and having a family is what I've always wanted to do.
I thought, oh, easy, I'm gonna get pregnant like this.
I might be approaching the last good years of fertility.
It's a very human trait to want to have a child and see your genes in that child.
It was just emotionally too much for me to accept that I couldn't get pregnant on my own. I felt like something was taken from me.
We had tons of tests done. You know, why me? I mean, life's not fair.
I wanted to have kids, and I knew that being in a relationship with a woman wasn't going to stop me.
The doctor said, your hormone level is so low, you're not gonna get pregnant naturally anymore.
It's a marathon for a lot of couples. There's attrition at every point of the process.
The odds were really in our favor because they couldn't find anything wrong with either of us at this point.
We did one IVF, it didn't work. Right away I said, let's do another one. And again it didn't work. Every time when my test was negative, it's devastating. It's devastating.
Devastating. Why do a documentary on it? What was your involvement?
Well, I watched two of my older sisters go through IVF to conceive their children.
Very expensive.
Yeah, and then I decided to freeze my eggs because I was getting older. And when I was going through the process, there just wasn't any documentary or anything out there to sort of help explain what the steps were. And although my sisters sort of explained it a little bit to me, it was nothing like what you actually go through. So I wanted to put that in a documentary to help the 1 in 6 couples that struggle with infertility. I felt that this was something that would really show them the steps and explain what the whole process is all about. And
1 in 6 is a heavy percentage, and that makes the doctor's lobby pretty busy, right?
Yeah, it does. I think part of it is the greater awareness of infertility in this country, and people, especially women, delaying having children until later in life.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that, you know, I have this fertility clock, which you also have included in your documentary, but I knew that as I aged that I would lose the ability to have children. But I didn't know that these statistics, I mean, seriously, after the age of 40, only 3% of a woman's eggs remain. That's shocking, even for someone who felt she was highly educated in the arena.
This graphic, the fertility clock, I think is really important for that very reason, just allowing women and primary doctors to provide basic information for women to better plan their building their families in the future.
Hey, it's the documentary is in itself important, but you provide a lot of information, of course, on your website. We'll get to that in just a second. But you've gotten some pretty amazing feedback when you were interviewing these couples in the first place. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, part of it was just watching them go through the steps because they themselves didn't know everything that they were in for. Our main couple fails multiple cycles of IVF, so you see sort of everything that they have to go through in order to try to have a baby. And then another woman ends up freezing her eggs because she is a professional woman and wants to preserve her ability to have a baby later in life. So we have multiple couples. Another couple pursued egg donation. That main couple, Brandy, she had premature ovarian failure only at the age of 33. So for some people, they think they may have a little bit longer to wait, and she had secondary infertility at sort of a younger age.
Doctor, give us some good news. What can folks who are having this problem look forward to? Can you say that go through my process and you will have a baby?
You know, we can say that with a lot more confidence today than we could 10 years ago. One thing that I hope gets across in the show is the breadth of fertility options. There's a lot of good options, but it's difficult and it's expensive and it's emotionally draining. So it's not 100% by any means, but it's a lot better today than it was that decade ago.
So be prepared for that and have a good support system ready.
Absolutely.
In the wings. Can you tell us quickly when it's going to air on PBS?
We're airing on PBS OC July 5th at 9 p.m.
Okay, we'll look forward to that and the website.
The website is myfuturebaby.com. And we offer all kinds of information and support and videos to watch to learn more.
We'll do both that. Thanks very much, folks, for coming on.
Thanks
for having us.
Thank you both.